This month had a bunch of activity in LEGO Speedrunning, from world records and IRL meetup and skip discoveries. So let's see what happened in June 2024.
June was by far the most active month for LEGO Harry Potter Years 5 through 7 in the last year. First off, really early on in the month we saw some action on the collection version of the game, where on June 2nd, T-Fresh beat the Year 5 story world record with a time of 1 hour, 14 minutes and 47 seconds, being the first sub 1:15 on collection and beating Force's previous record by 20 seconds. Only a day later, Force retook his record in this category, getting a 1:13.17, and only 2 hours later, also got a 1:12.17. 3 hours after that, T-Fresh got a time of 1 hour, 11 minutes and 23 seconds. Finally, on the 6th of June, Force got a time of 1 hour, 10 minutes and 13 seconds, so close to breaking the sub 110 minute barrier. But unfortunately, this was the last record in the category we saw this month, but there's no doubt this barrier will be broken sooner or later. Huge GG's to both of the guys for taking one for the team and trying to optimize the collection version. Moving on to PC runs of the game, we have Force yet again, who took all Hogwarts students in payroll no-cut world record on the 10th of June with a time of 1 hour, 34 minutes and 46 seconds, beating Chimkin's long-standing world record by just 16 seconds. On the 15th, I retook the any percent no-cut world record with a time of 51 minutes and 1 second, and beating Laser's world record from last month by 48 seconds, getting closer and closer to the sub 50 barrier. And then, some discoveries happened when I took a closer look at the stored super jump tech. The way it works is by getting your players stuck in some places, they will then super jump to some predetermined checkpoints. And for some reason when that happens, that player stores one additional super jump. And sometimes if you find the right spot and switch characters, it can be used to get out of bounds. This tech has been used for a while now to skip the playground in 5-1. And on the 16th, I found another skip with this tech in room 2 of 7-1. Where after super jumping, then standing on the car and switching characters, the stored super jump gets you out of bounds. From there you can pause fight to the out of bounds door, saving about 4 seconds. On the 17th, another skip was found using this. In the first room of 5-3. With some careful positioning of your players and the right switch timing, you can force Harry to jump through the fence, skipping a pretty annoying and inconsistent freeze clip and on average saving 1 second. Theo also found a super jump in the first room of 8-2 that skips the barrier, however this one is inconsistent and just barely slower than the other 2 strats in this room. Back to some world records. On the 20th, T-Fresh also decided to run Year 5 story on the PC version, and beat his old world record by over a minute, getting a time of 1 hour, 2 minutes and 16 seconds. On the 21st, in preparations for Legathon, Quasar beat his free play restricted world record by almost 2 minutes, getting a time of 33 minutes and 26 seconds. Then a day later, I beat my world record in any percent no cut and got a time of 49 minutes and 52 seconds, just barely getting the first sub 50 in the category, which is likely to be the last 10-minute barrier we'll see in any percent, with a Year 8 that will most likely remain unbeaten for quite some time due to how lucky it was. After this record, I moved on to Standard, where I beat the world record by just 24 seconds on the 22nd, getting a time of 1 hour, 30 minutes and 19 seconds. On the 23rd, T-Fresh got another world record in Year 5 story, this time in the restricted variant, beating Chimkin's world record by a minute with a time of 1 hour, 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Then a couple of hours later, T-Fresh also beat my Year 6 story world record, getting a time of 53 minutes and 27 seconds. And lastly, on the 26th, I beat the any percent standard world record again, this time getting a little bit of a better run with a time of 1 hour, 28 minutes and 49 seconds, breaking the 1 hour and 30 minute barrier, which is also likely to be the final 10-minute barrier of standard any percent.
At the beginning of the month, we had a myriad of LEGO runners attending Summer Pace 2024 in Laurel, Maryland, USA. These included Chimkin, Anonymous, Jared, Viola, me, Krug, Wee Super or Justin, Flaming Laser, Jablaki, Daime, Saber, The Hamster, Zach, Ginger, Frostbite, Bobtoad, and Andre. The whole marathon kicked off with a LEGO Block on Sunday, June 2nd, starting with a TCS any percent race between Justin, Zach, Ginger, and Jared. These top-level runners really put up a show, and Anonymous and Chimkin in the commentary booth were outstanding. Next up was Flaming Laser running LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean free play. Then we saw LCU Undercover Percent by Colombian runner Coastaler Aphid. And to finish out the LEGO Block, the Hamster ran LEGO Batman 1 Hero Story. It was incredible to see all the runners showcase their skill on the big stage, and you can view all the runs in the description below. Besides general camaraderie and tomfoolery, the LEGO meetup also saw several co-op runs. We saw world records in LEGO Pirates, first on June 3rd, with Flaming Laser and Jablaki smashing the previous record by 14 minutes, getting a final time of 51:29 LRT, but Laser wasn't done with the game. Him and I did a quick any percent no-cut co-op, getting a 1:12:05 LRT world record, beating the previous record set 2.5 years ago by over 2 minutes. Laser and I also did an any percent no-cut co-op run of LEGO Star Wars 3, getting a 1:16:48 record. However, this run didn't have audio, so it couldn't be verified. We kept trying, even after pace, and after several technical difficulties, on June 16th, we eventually pulled out a massive record of 1:14:49. This run is only 6 seconds off the solo record, and the third best co-op any percent run compared to solo in all TT games, only behind LEGO Movie 2 and the Skywalker Saga, which have any percent co-op runs that beat the solo record. TCS saw the birth of a new category, All Red Bricks New Game Plus, or simply Red Brick Rush. Your goal is to collect all 36 red bricks from a file that already has all the story levels finished, but no red bricks collected. You can purchase red bricks you collect in the shop, which opens up some interesting routing options. Saber and Anonymous were the biggest promoters, and brought the category down in a co-op style to a sub 40, getting a 39-minute and 45-second time. As of July 1st, the solo category record is held by Saber, with an LRT time of 38:53. While at pace, we realized that we had just the right people to run free play for every Grunt % game, so that's what we did. Everyone quickly derusted, and Jablaki also learned LSW1 quickly since that was the only game we didn't already have an established runner for. In the hotel room, using Jablaki and Saber's computers, we ran the first 10 LEGO games free play categories back to back, completing all the free plays in 8 hours, 53 minutes, and 38 seconds. This beats the previous world record relay by about an hour and 20 minutes. Fun fact, only one person that ran in the previous relay was in this new record, that being Justin. All in all, this was a super fun event, and I can't wait for the next pace in November 2024.
Aside from the showcase race at Pace and the ongoing Ladder League, LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga still managed to have a very busy month. While most of the top of the leaderboard were taking some time off at the in-person marathon, E. Roadhouse remained on the grind. He achieved a 2:22:07 on June 6th, which jumped him up the leaderboard back into second place, only 23 seconds behind Zach's world record from the beginning of this year. Once Pace was finished, we saw a string of PBs from top runners that were in attendance, including a 5th place 2:22:30 from Wii Super on the 11th, and a pair of Frostbite 6th place times of 2:23:18 and 2:23:03 on the 13th and 19th respectively. After nearly 5 months without a PB, Senor shaved off almost a minute and a half with a massive 2:22:33 that jumped him into 6th place, making it so that the top 6 runners in the category were all within 50 seconds of each other for the first time ever in the game's history. With all the activity at the top, it was only a matter of time before someone punched through with a new world record. On the 25th, Jared barely cleared a 1-second PB of 2:22:12 before Wii Super broke through the very next day, PBing by over a minute to lower the world record by 25 seconds. With this 2:21:19, he once again held the top time for the first time since October 2020. Not to be outdone, Jared then finally broke through for his first ever world record just 1 day later on the 27th, marking the culmination of a multi-month grind for his first world record in the category. Later that same day, E. Roadhouse also jumped Zach with a 3rd place 2:21:27 that would have been world record just 2 days prior. While all this activity was going on, some developments were made on 12 button skip and Endor, a long known about trick that was thought to be impossible to achieve in the game without banned lag strategies. On the 23rd, Cedomnastic found a way to gain enough height up this slope to barely jump off this pixel by pushing one player up the slope with another. This method is legally possible in runs, but it was not RTA viable until runner then Zoda innovated the setup on the 28th, realizing that you could get a significant enough push to completely skip the pixel and launch all the way over the invisible collision and slopes onto the other side of the gate. It was found too late into the month to impact any of June's any percent attempts, but this new 12 button skip saves upwards of 20 seconds and is completely viable for runs. Be on the lookout for some new PBs in July utilizing this skip.
After a 2-month-long tie at the top spot of the leaderboard for Bionicle the game, Milkblade broke that tie on the 12th with a time of 38 minutes 47 seconds. He almost had a 7-second time loss from getting hit in the final level, but he interrupted the slow laughing animation by drawing out the boss's melee attack, If he hadn't, the boss would have stood there laughing at him instead of teleporting right away, while his chance at a world record would have slipped away. Meanwhile, in Maze of Shadows, Rin smashed their previous record by over 5 minutes with a 2:37.53, breaking yet another 10-minute barrier, and a sub 2:30 getting closer to being possible.
GBA LEGO Star Wars 1 saw 2 world record improvements in June. After taking a short break from the category, I returned to the all Death Star plans run with the goal of sub-hour in mind. Starting with a couple weeks without PBs, the first improvement was the 36-second cut down to 1 hour, 1 minute, and 12 seconds. This run was filled with mistakes and was still a long way off my sum of best, but it's easy to underestimate just how difficult this game is. There were multiple deaths in this run, which force you to restart the room as a very harsh punishment. It was still very difficult to string a full run together, but 3 days later, it finally happened. A run that was on best pace very quickly, surely a chance to get sub-hour. This run had more gold splits than time loss splits compared to PB. When I hit the final trick to ensure Dooku wouldn't attack, I knew it was a 58, a very shocking improvement. The final time was 58 minutes and 48 seconds, cutting exactly 3 minutes during the month of June. In the future, 57 will be possible with more optimizations.
And that's some of what happened in LEGO Speedruns for June 2024. Don't forget to join the Discord to stay up to date on more LEGO events and world records. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.